What's up, my beautiful people? How you guys doing? Sorry about the music in the background. I'm kind of I'm traveling right now, so attempting to do this with a lot of distractions around. It's getting really good at focusing. Hey, what's up, Karma? How you doing? So I am streaming live on YouTube and also on Instagram. So thank you for joining me on IG. Thank you for joining me on YouTube right here for this week's energy report. So I want to start out by really kind of getting into. Oh, hold on a second here. Karma, can you see me? Because I can't see me. Let's see here. Dealing with some technical issues, Mercury retrograde shit. It's of course it's going to be going on. Here we go. All right. Now I got it going on. How are you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys very much. So this week, man, we have been through some shit. A lot of crazy stuff going on here. I wanna make a point to discuss this transit that we just went through. Pluto opposite to Venus. All right, this Pluto Venus opposition is of course coming after the lunar eclipse, and it's right in the same area, the same degrees as it, and we've gone through the Mars opposition, the Sun opposition, and now the Venus opposition just sort of finished up today. I'll tell you what, man. Whoo! About in January, like December, January, February, we had all these planets conjuncting everything at the South Node in Capricorn, right? So it was all coming within and purging itself out. So we may have made some personal changes within ourselves. I know a lot of people that, cut out addictions or, got out of relationships or changed careers, all kinds of really life-altering experiences. And then now going through this other side of things, it's opposing Pluto, Saturn in the South Node. So with that, it's all this shit in our life is coming back around saying, okay, did you really make these changes? Have you really fully embodied this energy into this new world that you're trying to go into? This is going to test us. Okay, so with Venus opposed Pluto, Pluto is this deep, dark, hardcore, intense energy. And when we're experiencing it, which we are basically, more or less going to be experiencing it here for the next 6 months until that Pluto Saturn conjunction, it's going to be really intense for that time frame. Now it's bringing to a whole new level. Like Pluto is about the deep shit that we don't want people to see, right? The complete vulnerability, the stuff that's all the way down at our core and can be weighing us down, or is what takes our power away, right? But as we jump into our authenticity and go into all these fears, this process is excavating out all the self-limiting beliefs and all the self-sabotaging shit that we do to ourselves that we don't see, that we don't realize. And it's going to be outside sources that are going to be calling us out on it, right? So we have to be willing, we're getting triggered, that there's some shit that you need to learn, okay? And everybody's getting triggered right now. This is chaos energy, like Karma on Deck's talking about. Like this Mercury retrograde, it's a unique one because of all the, because it's going right over where the lunar eclipse was, because of all this oppositional energy. It's sort of like at the most superficial level, it's scraping up all this last bit of gunk that we have in our energy and saying, get the fuck out of here. Just go. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it anymore. And it might be kind of difficult. Ascension symptoms are big right now. We have to, acceptance is a big part of this energy. Pluto will force you to accept it, right? And being there with Saturn energy too, it's really saying, look, you need to dissolve this. You need to face it, feel it, go through it. And then when you go through it, we're going to embody you with this empowered energy. These are different levels of empowerment that where we're attaining, that we're getting to. And we're going to really start seeing these timelines going in two separate directions. It's really going to solidify once Pluto starts to go direct. And then, of course, next year is going to be a whole different ballgame, a whole different level. But this spreading of these timelines is all these things that make us feel less than, people, places, situations, jobs, whatever, thoughts, all these things that keep us feeling held down are going to go, right? And if we fight it, like we can get physically sick if we fight it. Like this is going to make us come down with some serious illnesses because we are not meant to fight it right now. So whatever you do, take your energy and put it into focusing on facing it, because facing it is going to require all of your energy. Okay, so if you're being triggered, if you're feeling super emotional, if you can't sleep, if you're having just issues in different parts of your life, instead of just, I don't want to feel this, I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, you might be exhausted, but you need to sit there and face it. And if facing it means sitting back and just taking some deep breaths and just disconnecting from the world for a minute, then you do that. But once you're back to, balanced and centered, then you need to go back into it. Like, all right, what do I need to do here? What do I need to face? What do I need to feel? Let's just get this shit over with, right? And we go through it, and it's uncomfortable, and it hurts, and it sucks, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. So we are just getting through this Pluto opposed Venus energy, and now it's really gonna sort of settle in. It's like it all bubbled and at the surface, everything's been sort of bubbling at the surface, and now it's like, finally, it's like, being electrocuted. We just got electrocuted. Or a better analogy is like, we just got done with round 8, in the boxing ring, and we're all done with that round. But now we have the coach, aka the universe, coming in and be like, all right, this is how it went. This is how it went down. We need to go this. You need to focus. You're beat up. You're tired. You get in the ice and everything going on, trying to splash you to wake up. But now the universe smacked you in the face like, hey, let's go. About 20 seconds and we have another round. Let's get it. The 12th round is going to be next January. Okay, but from now till then, we're going to have some different layers and things of our approach to merging into this part of ourselves that we are working towards. And whether you're aware of it or not, everybody's working towards this next level. It's a fact. It's a fact of life right now for everyone. So we need to face it. We need to feel it. And right now with, Venus energy, it's love, it's money, it's our sense of self-worth, our sense of appreciation for ourselves. So, are we being our own worst enemy? Think to yourself, if other people talk to you like you talk to you in your thought process, would you want to be around you? And if the answer is no, we got to make some revisions there. We don't want to be caught up in that analysis paralysis, beating the shit out of ourselves attitude, because we just really we don't have energy for it anymore. We don't have time for it. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the charts here. Now, you're not going to be able to see this on Instagram. I'm sorry about that. But if you want to see the astrology chart, then you can go ahead and tune into my YouTube, Spiritual Bodybuilder, and I'm going to be going over the aspects here for this next week. So today, we're starting tomorrow, July 22nd. Okay, and already we have the sun at 29 degrees of Cancer now. This last degrees of Cancer stuff, just like I'm ready for it to be done. It's so intense. We just yesterday had a Cazimi, Mercury Cazimi, which means it crosses through the center within 17 minutes of the sun. And, so that's bringing up all this stuff, that is related to Cancer matters. And it was at 28 degrees. So 28, 29, 0 degrees, those are all master numbers. And those numbers are incredibly intense and educational as far as wisdom is concerned. Okay, so these are why things, wisdom is coming up through our energy and it's exposing it to our conscious mind. And now we have to embody these things. Like you might be having these realizations like, oh my God, okay. Like I know I'm having some realizations where, look, I got to pick a road, and what is going on in my life that is showing me where to go. And you know how you know which way you're being shown is a path of least resistance. If you have certain things going on in your life that are just easy, they're flowing, things are moving forward, it's great, then that's the direction you want to go. If you're going through something and you're like, it just sucks, it's so hard, whether it's a relationship or a business or work, you're getting up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to be alive right now, this sucks. That means you got to make some changes in those patterns in your life. And you need to ask yourself, why am I still here? Why am I still dealing with it? Because if you've worked through your stuff, then you're not going to get triggered by it. Okay, so you're not, that triggering right now means that you're not being honest with yourself. So we need to be really honest with ourselves and take a look at these things so we can learn and grow and purge out all this negative crap. Okay, so then off the bat here we have Jupiter rather trine to Mars, which is incredibly beneficial, like energizing, like believing in ourselves. Let's go get something done. Like you want to go work out, you want to get out to the world and share your voice. You want to go help people. This is a real humanitarian, but like humble. Like we all need to fix this planet, right? And that feeling is coming in, and we're feeling more motivated, and like that desire. This is all about our deep down desires becoming obvious and becoming way deeper and more intense. So we're getting dug in to this energy, like, yeah, it's time to move forward. Let's go. We need this. We want this. I'm going to make it happen. Okay. And then there's also Jupiter is sesquiquadrate to the sun, and I would say to Venus too. So sesquiquadrate, with the sun especially involved, that tells me that this is bringing past life knowledge and information about our belief systems. We all, to some extent, have some kind of self-limiting beliefs, right? And the people that have, made it to where they want to go in life, they have control over it, sort of like PTSD. You can have PTSD, and it can ruin your life, or you can master yourself, and you still might have tendencies of PTSD, but you've trained yourself to be able to see when it's coming and then balance it out. And that's how you live your life. And knowing and feeling and understanding that kind of stuff helps us help others going through it, because we figured out how to do it within ourselves. So you can see these like warning signs and stuff. And, so this is the kind of energy that we have going on, the stuff that we've worked through and faced and felt in our lives. We're going to go out and help other people, and whether that's monetized or not, it doesn't matter. Because when we're doing what we love, when we're going out there every day and sharing our gift and doing what we love and helping people, that makes us feel better. That helps us. That's the direction that this world is going. And that's what we need to do. We need to come together and all make this stuff happen. And just get out there and take action. I think that in the last few years, there's been a phase, like a lot of people, at least that I know, have gone through like the hermit phase of the awakening process, where you're doing all this studying and all this analytics and all this reading about all this knowledge about all this spirituality stuff, right? But after a while, it gets to a point where you have to be like, okay, I've read everything that I can read. I've done all this that I can do. I've gone within as much as anyone could ever do so. I've reached the deepest states of meditation. Now it's time to get out there and take action. Now it's time to step into the world and bring this out into the world. So with people on YouTube, there's a ton of people on YouTube talking about this kind of stuff. And I think it's really great. And we have to keep it growing. We have to keep it, manifesting out there, because, the more people that share this stuff, and this is not like school educational, this is from experience educational. So, when you have someone that has experienced things and been in the tough stuff and made it through, you can feel the energy, and it's the energy that people are radiating and like vibrating together towards. That's that timeline shifting where we're connecting to each other like magnets, because that vibration is like, yeah, this is right. This feels good. I'm going in the right direction. So I want to be around other people and connect with other people that are also on the same path, right? So this is really exciting energy to step forward into that taking action process. And with Jupiter squared to Neptune, that is dissolving these belief systems that aren't serving us. And then, of course, to add on to that, with the Saturn South Node sextile to Neptune, that's like saying, okay, we're going to dissolve this structure, but create a new one. As we're dissolving the structure and letting go of this stuff, we're bringing in new energy and creating this new foundation that is going to set us up for the next chapters of our life. Big time, huge. Then we have, of course, Neptune is also trine to the North Node, and that is really this is going to be going on for like the next 3 months. So this process of seeing and feeling, identifying self-limiting belief systems and bringing it to the front and stepping out one step at a time, then we'll be met with more challenges, and then we'll have to work through and face those. And each time we do, we get a little stronger, we get a little braver, we get a little more comfortable in this outward expression of our passion, right? So what's up, everybody on Instagram? Thank you for joining and checking me out. This is Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm also streaming live on YouTube right now, if you're just joining me now. We're talking about the energies of this week, starting July 22nd, going to July 28th. It's if you want to see the astrological wheel chart, you can go to my YouTube channel and check it out now. It's going on live. All right. So on the 23rd, now we have a quincunx between Saturn and Mars. Now, Saturn and Mars, you know, like that's like the father and the teenage son. And the teenage son wants to like go into the army. He wants to go do, fight in MMA, and he just wants to get out there and be rowdy. Saturn's like, hold on a second. We need to chill out. We need to be responsible about this and be, watch every decision, every step we make. So they're sort of pulling in different directions here. And so we have to watch out for that impulsive energy. And we have to allow ourselves to receive and let go, because as we learn how to let go easier, we're going to be able to receive more, and it's actually going to help us go faster. So instead of, we have to sort of watch that impulsive energy and go with that responsible energy. And that process, how we do that is by letting go and receiving, letting go and receiving. And as we receive more, it's like we don't even have to, you know how like Mars is sort of like you want to force it. You want to just like butt your head into a wall. But this is teaching Mars, okay, there's no need to do that. There's a much easier way. Like we don't have to pick a lock because the door is unlocked, right? So we want to step back, and as we learn to let go, we actually go forward faster. So keep that in mind, because this is also sort of an analysis paralysis kind of energy where, we could be sort of consumed with that like need to just get it done, get it going, and get to that next level. Okay, so then we have Chiron is also trine to the sun, which is a beautiful energy. We actually have a grand trine right now going on in grand fire trine. Woohoo! All right. So this grand fire trine is going to be really, again, there's that impulsive, like, I want to make shit happen, but you're going to make shit happen. And it's going to be good. And you're going to be having these realizations. And this makes this energy sort of like really come up, be like, whoa, like getting shocked back to life in a way. So you can look forward to that. That's always fun. Then let's see, here on July 24th, not much has changed. Later on in the week, though, we have, so now we have the moon quincunx to Jupiter, and it's going to be over Uranus. So that may bring some unexpected energy. But what I'm really excited about is this yod that we have going on. So a yod in astrology is known as the finger of God, okay? And what this really illuminates to is a point at which we're learning a deeply karmic lesson in our lives. And this, since this is transiting, this is to the collective consciousness. Okay, so let's break this down. In a yod, there's an easy aspect and two difficult aspects. So basically, we're traveling to the problem. We're going to get our ass kicked from the problem. Then we're going to come back and learn and figure out what the problem was, then connect those dots and go back and do it the right way. Okay, so that kind of goes in alignment with this Mercury retrograde. And now Mercury is at 24 degrees, so it's right on top of where the solar eclipse was last month. So we're going to have a lot of this solar and lunar eclipse stuff, energy coming back up and really processing. Okay, so keep that in mind and just let the shit come up and let it go, because there's nothing else we can really do about it. All right. So let's see. We have, of course, Saturn sextile Neptune, which is a beautiful energy, a powerful energy. This doesn't happen very often. So this is, you know, Saturn is structure, and it's also, well, we can also throw the nodes in there, right? So it's also sextile to the south node. So this is allowing ourselves to let go, learning at a very deep level how to let shit go. Karmically, we are clearing thousands of lifetimes worth of karma in this lifetime. It's a fascinating time to be alive, right? So with Saturn, we're dissolving structures, okay? But Saturn doesn't like, Saturn is that like need to control. What up, Craig? How you doing, brother? My boy Craig Elias, the biggest dude on this planet, just checking in. And this dude, I'm flattered that you're tuning into me, because, you know, you have like 500,000 people on there and taking time for little old me, man. I love you, brother. Thanks for checking me out. So anyways, Saturn is that control mechanism. We don't want to let go, right? We want to hold on to it. Like, I need this to work this way. So if things aren't working out the way that we want them to, we just got to really accept it. This is about acceptance, because Neptune is really is sort of saying, come on, I'm going to bring you where you want to go. But Saturn's like, I don't know, you don't know where you're going. The fuck's wrong with you, right? So we have to trust and have faith in the universe that it's going to bring us to where we want to go. The only way we're going to do that is by letting go, because this Mars energy too, that Saturn, like we just talked about, the Saturn to the Mars energy is like this. Like, I want to do it fast, and I need to get there, and I need to make it happen, and you know, I don't want to let go. So it's like double down on this, like controlling, like, it needs to look my way, right? And then the quincunx going from Mars to Neptune is sort of saying like it's almost the opposite, right? Mars wants to go, but we're going, and like we're basically going to be walking on clouds. How do you walk on clouds, right? Well, if you're astral traveling, you can walk on clouds. So thinking outside the box, and you know, you may not be physically walking on water or walking on clouds right here in your physical body, but if you're able to go into meditation and to, you know, like, you know, astral travel, or, you know, lucid dream or something, you could be walking on water or walking on clouds, you know, in that present place or that different dimension, really. So this is a multi-dimensional aspect where it's saying that really, okay, we need Mars to, like, we need to bring out the positive, passionate side of Mars, but we need to watch that impulsive. We need Mars to grow up a little bit. Okay. Saturn is going to teach it structure. Then Neptune is going to teach it wisdom. And as we allow this process of letting go, receiving wisdom, implementing the wisdom, and as the way that this energy goes through us, right? It comes in through the crown chakra here. The energy comes in, and then that goes into the third eye, and that is epiphanies. That's aha moments. That's sudden realizations, right? So as that goes down at the third eye, then throat chakra, you know, then we're communicating it to our heart, okay? Because it's all internal. We're communicating to our heart, and our heart is communicating it to our identity, which is communicated to our sexual and creative energy, which is communicating it to our sense of self and safety and stability within our body, within our emotions, right? So then, but that's only half of it. In order to fully embody this energy, that's like sort of the first quincunx. The second quincunx is when the energy goes back up from the root chakra into the sacral. And this has to be like, okay, what blockages, what belief systems do we have about our safety and security that are not working for us? And if there are blockages, it's going to break them open, right? What's up, Christelle? How you doing, girl? Thanks for joining me. It's going to break all this dense energy open, and that's going to make us feel all this stuff that we really don't want to feel. So we're going to have to allow that to go through us. And if we block it, you know, this is like a Kundalini awakening kind of energy. So if we block this, it will result in disease and imbalance, right? You see so many people nowadays that are coming down with cancer and autoimmune diseases and just dying all over the place. It's because they are blocked energetically. There's always an emotional, energetic blockage underneath the physical means at which is done so. Okay, so as this energy comes up and these learned lessons come through, they're going to be painful. You're going to feel them in your body. It's going to be like, it might make you nauseous, or it might like, oh, this is too much. And then you're forced to sit back and take care of yourself. And that's what this is forcing you to do. So it's not a bad thing. When you look at it like this, you're able to see, okay, I can back off. I can take it easy. And I'm still going to get what needs to be done. There's no need to rush. I just need to let go of all this need to control. Letting go of the need to control is bottom line. So as it comes back up, and the heart chakra is where things usually get caught the deepest and the most. That's when you open up your heart. I mean, opening up your heart can be just as painful as having your heart broken, because if you think about it, it is breaking. When it breaks open to expand, it still has to pop. Instead of breaking open and deflating and like fluttering, into nothingness, the initial impact is the same. So, like, sometimes that stuff can bring in new emotions, okay, new feelings that we never felt before, new experiences that create a whole new presence within us because we've never seen it. We didn't even know existed. Okay, so this may be bringing up some things that we've never felt before, things that we didn't know existed. So, we have to give ourselves the time and the space to integrate this stuff. And with all this new energy coming in, it's like it's coming in whether we like it or not, guys. So, like, take this opportunity to really be with yourself, whatever that means, however that means, okay? And on the 27th, we also have Jupiter oppose the moon. So, with that having a trine and a sesquiquadrate there to the sun and to Mars, I'm feeling like that's going to really give us a clearer emotional feeling into the vision of what we are getting. It's like these puzzle pieces are coming together and we're breaking it down. Like, all right, this is where we want to go. This is what we're going to make happen. Then, of course, Jupiter has a semi-sextile to Saturn. They're high-fiving, like, all right, let's break down these belief systems. So, sometimes kind of feels like a broken record because a lot of the message is the same, but there's so many layers and it goes so deep here that, I'm really trying to nail this home, that we have an opportunity here. We can either follow the things that feel right and put all of our energy and our focus into that, or we can put all of our energy and focus into what's going wrong. And if we do that, we're going to get stuck in it. It's going to be like quicksand. Okay. So yes, acknowledge things that are going wrong, but see what we can learn from it so we can move over to what feels right. And our foundation should be in that energy of what feels right. If you're trying to force yourself, it's going to get harder and harder to try to force yourself to do things you don't want to do. Okay. So let's just keep it real and, do that. And we're going to have a good week. All right. But, this is also all building upon this energy of that Venus opposite Pluto. And then coming up to just a few days after this will be the new moon in Leo. Okay. So we have Pluto Venus opposition, which is bringing up a lot of emotional stuff. Stuff that maybe we don't want to look at or we don't want to feel, into this yod that's saying, all right, we need to feel this. Now it's time to really embody it, take it to the next level and purge all this stuff throughout our chakras that is no longer serving us into the new moon on the 31st, which is infusing us with this new passionate, let's go get it kind of energy, we have a lot of planets, like a lot of personal planets and energy in Leo right now. It's going to become more in next month. So really next month is where this stuff's really going to start to pop off and take off, especially when Jupiter goes direct on August 11th. So be prepared for that. We're sort of in the stance right now, getting ready for a race, like a hurdle race, and we're down and we're prepped and the gun's getting ready to go up in the air. And on August 11th, that gun's going to pop and we're going to go and we're going to take off. And as we take off, we're gonna have to be in this place centered in our mind to be able to get in flow state. This is all about learning a whole new level of flow state. Okay, and some things may be new. Some things may be like we like now that we didn't like before, right? So we're gonna have to experiment, get out there with that Mars energy, like play with different ideas, different things, and let it embody you, or let it teach you what you really like. Like maybe you've never gone rock climbing before. Why don't you try rock climbing? See if you like it. You might be, the bee's knees. Who the hell says that anyway? Well, you might be really great at it, and like you never knew before. You want to go hiking, or you want to go scuba diving, right? Or go jump out of an airplane. Then you might want to become like a skydiving or scuba diving instructor. You never know. So whatever situations can draw that into your experience, you do that. And we're also having some past life energy coming up here between Jupiter and also with Neptune. So that's bringing up some past life blessings and lessons. All right. But again, it comes down to, we are going to be able to take in this energy as long as we learn to let go. So letting go is key. It's critical. It's crucial. And then, of course, on the 28th, we have the moon that is quincunx to Saturn, Pluto, in the South Node. And then it's going to be coming back up into the North Node stuff. So you notice that we keep going through this process. It's like a wash, rinse, dry, repeat. Wash, rinse, dry, repeat with our energy. And, there's a lot of aspects here with Chiron as well, and with Uranus being square to the sun and Venus. So that's these deep, the things that fuck with our self-confidence and our self-esteem, right? The deep seated wounds from our childhood that we didn't want to look at before, that made us feel so vulnerable that we couldn't function. We are now looking at and overcoming in order to go in the direction of our future, of our destiny. So we are literally having our destiny revealed to us little by little right now. Okay. So give me a second here, guys. You have any questions? Yeah, I'm looking forward to August too. That's definitely going to be nice. Where's stop? Okay. So let's see what's going on here in the chat. Fuck those triggers. Damn right. I love you, Karma. You're a riot. What about consciously shifting timelines? I can see them. Well, that's you definitely have a gift. I feel that these extrasensory gifts are starting to come up and come out. For me, it's like feeling. It's a lot of feeling energy. But if you can actually see them, if you have, or if you can hear them, you might be able to hear them. Then more power to you, and that's going to help you to see it even more clearly. All right. You had to rewind to the beginning. I'm sorry. What's up, Amanda? You've been waiting for this? Well, good. I think we've all been waiting for this, in one way or another. And, don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. It's not the end, unfortunately. But things are going to start really turning around here. The first 6 months of this year was kind of tough. It was pretty, it's been intense, and we've been letting go a lot of stuff. Now we're receiving a lot of stuff, and we're learning how to receive in a big, big way right now. So, we got to just let that come through and allow ourselves to evolve into this place that we don't know or understand. And, even though we don't know or understand it, it's building that faith and that trust in the universe and God and the process, and letting it come through. So it's very scary, because we're all facing our deepest fears. That's that Pluto energy. So our deepest fears with love, especially right now, oh my God, like vulnerability, like being completely just open and exposed almost energetically. And that feeling like, if you have issues from, when you were a child and you don't know how to get close to people, like it took me a long time to learn how to let myself be that vulnerable. And it's painful, it's scary, and it's like this stuff that comes up out of nowhere, right? But yeah, compassion. We have to have compassion for ourselves as we take each of these steps. And Some people will understand, some people won't. And the people that don't understand, fuck them. They don't need to be around here anymore, right? Go. Time to leave. The people that do understand, bring them in closer, give them a big hug, you know. 55 years of stuff coming to the forefront, man. Cindy, that's huge. But good for you and so you're just sort of getting over or going into your Chiron return. So that's big. Chiron return is like the very last Kundalini awakening experience that we have in our lifetime. That's, if you ever notice, like older people, like over 60, are either like little kids and super happy and playful, or they're fucking miserable. Right? There's no in between. It's because when they go through that Chiron return, they're either going to finish opening that up and coming out and just bring that inner child to light and yay, everything's great, or they're going to stuff everything down and they're going to slowly just crumble. That's the people that you see the spine start to come in and get the hunchback, and their posture just starts to go to shit, and their hair starts really falling out, and they have all kinds of health issues. Expand on that Chiron return. All right, so Chiron return happens when I believe 50 to 51, and Chiron, of course, is our deepest wound, right? So I actually just uploaded a video on midlife crisis aspects. You can check that out on my channel if you like. But the Chiron return is the last part of those midlife crises transits that's saying, okay, we need to shit or get off the pot right now. So it's going to do a rewrite or revisit to all those deep wounds from our childhood that we never worked through. And if we never work through it, it's going to blast us in the face from our life, from our experience, because it's like, look, you need to face this, and it's gonna hurt. But that's how we as human beings learn, at least right now. I'm sure when we're all in the fifth dimension and we're all, like this whole new level of human beings with all this DNA opening up, it's going to be different. But I'm glad you like it, Cindy. But right now, like, we have to go through the fear, go through the pain in order to evolve into that light energy. We can have lots of light, coming through us, but if we don't, if we don't face and feel that deep, dark shenanigans within us, then it's gonna, and right now, the energy is sort of, saying, okay, you don't have a choice anymore. I'm sorry. It was grabbing our hand and like, you're coming with me now. And if we scream and kick and, fight it too much, it could really hurt us, right? We don't want to do that. So this week, especially, it's all about surrender, about letting go, and about allowing that wisdom just to come in and not going out there to try to get it, but sitting back and letting it go through us. Okay. Well, good job, beautiful Prana. I'm proud of you. Get that shadow work in. I've been doing that shit for years. It doesn't seem like it's just sort of like you work through so much stuff and it just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. But eventually you can only, like, it's got to go at some point, and it will, So I appreciate that, aka Sager 94, getting it done. I feel once we get to this massive shift that's happening January of 2020 with the Saturn and Pluto conjunction, that's going to be the tipping point. That's going to be the threshold we're going to pop through, and we're going to go to the other side. And things are going to change for the light workers, the star seeds, the people like us we are the ones here to change the world. So we're going through this metamorphosis right now. There's a massive awakening going on. And that's why all this shadow work is coming up. The more people that wake up, it's in the collective consciousness. It's bringing this light energy in. That light energy is purging it all out. So it's going to peak. It's going to hit its peak in January. So from now till then, it may just seem like we're completely exhausted. We just, when the hell is this going to stop? I don't have any more energy to give to this. But you will find that more energy just comes. It just somehow is there, and you don't know how or why. And each time you sort of battle through another ledge of that, you get a little bit stronger, and you don't know where the strength is coming from. It's just kind of there now. Right. And that's where the trust and the faith comes in, because we're going, our ego wants to try to make shit happen, but it doesn't know better than the heart. So our heart is guiding us, and it's bringing us to this precipice, but it's going to be a few more months. So hang on and enjoy the ride the best you can. And things are really going to start turning around next year. So let's just, hold tight. We all got to, stay together and help each other out in this process of transformation that we're all going through. So the good thing is that this week, coming into next week, we have a lot of positive energy being infused into us after all this difficult energy that was just beating the shit out of our soul, really. Now it's like, okay, now, we just got done, with another fight, and we're laying there, we're all beat up, but, now, we get the massage, we get the ice bath, we're recovering, we get to sleep and relax and eat some good food. So that's sort of energetically where we're at right here. And, just keep taking it one day at a time. And that's sort of been my motto for this entire week, or this entire year, actually. So just keep taking it as it comes, trust, have faith. And that is my message for you guys for today. So I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please like it, share it, subscribe it, on IG and on YouTube. And check out my other videos. I've been posting them, as much as I possibly can. And I thank you guys for your support. And this getting this word out. I'm very passionate about it. So let's all do it together. And I will see you guys on the next report. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Much love.